Hey team, welcome to the Somerset Amphitheatre venue-specific training video. First, let's go over our operation overview so you can get to know your venue. Overall, our Somerset operation consists of 4 full-tier liquor bars and hawking. That includes stage left bar, rear floor bar, stage right bar, northwest bar, and the vending hub, which is to the left of stage left bar. They are all 4 full-tier liquor bars, which includes frozen margs, canned beer, shakers, and other specialty cocktails. Parking will be at 495 Main Street in Somerset, and that's right next to check-in. Check-in will be at the admin shed, just past the employee parking lot. Our uniform standard is all black. Next, let's review what you can expect from staff roles we have available at Somerset. The roles that we have available include our cashiers, our runners, and our barbacks. Our barbacks will produce shakers and cocktails for cashiers and runners. Our runners will get product and drinks to the front of house for cashiers, and cashiers will facilitate customer transactions and maximize tip volume without self-tipping. Hawking is mobile vending, and be sure if you're a hawker that you complete your hawker position-specific training in the My Trainings tab of your EATS2SEATS staff app. Next, let's review our venue layout overview. Check-in is at the admin shed, which is the first gate on your left from parking. Parking, remember, it's first come, first serve, and it's going to be near check-in, and remember it's at 495 West Main Street in Somerset. Vending is where hawking is going to go after check-in, and it's to the left of stage left. Stage left bar is to the left of the stage, rear floor bar is directly in front of the stage, northwest bar is to the left of rear floor bar, and stage right bar is right to the left of northwest bar. Next, let's dig into our product overview and the specific types of products you'll be selling at Somerset. First is our canned beer products. These are canned beer options that we'll have available on every stand at APV, so be sure you familiarize yourself with this menu before you come on site. Next, let's review our liquor offerings. At each of our bars, we will have 3 different types of tiered liquor options that we will charge at different prices, so it's very important that you familiarize yourself with the variations in the prices and the types of liquor offerings that we serve. You can always triple check the price on your point of sale system, and there will be a menu in your stand that you can double check if you're ever unsure. Next, let's review specialty cocktails and the different types of cups and other products that we could serve for an upcharge when you work with us at Somerset. We will take those tiered spirit options and utilize mixers to create specialty cocktails, which we'll then put in the frozen margarita specialty glasses, a Live Nation shaker cup, or an add-a-shot test tube as seen here. When you're a cashier, always upsell items like the add-a-shot, specialty cocktails, or shaker cups, because this will drive the overall sales and tips the stand generates throughout the course of the shift. Next, let's review the bar equipment you might be using at Somerset to make specialty cocktails. You'll be using standard bar equipment such as a Red Bull fridge, a Pepsi fridge, coolers, ice bins, liquor rails, gravity racks, fruit caddies, a margarita machine, and pourers or jiggers to standardize the amount of liquor that we're putting in each of our drinks. If you are unsure how to use any of this bar equipment or you've never actually bartended before, then be sure you've taken our Bartender 101 training on the My Trainings tab of your EATS2SEATS staff app under the position-specific training portion. Next, let's dive into the event timeline, specifically checking in and pre-sales. There are a few very important times during the event that you always need to be aware of so that you can be very effective and the most efficient during your shift. If you're ever unsure when these important times are relative to the entire event timeline for a shift, be sure to ask your site lead, your stand lead, or a member of the EATS2SEATS admin team so that you can be effective. The important times during the event include our report time. Remember, you'll eat your employee meal directly after checking in, and you may not eat after sales start. Then we have our sales start time, which is our North Star directing us as to the point when we have to have each stand operationally ready for sales. Then we have intermission periods, which are normally the peak sales periods for any given concert. And then we have alcohol cutoff, which varies depending on when the acts go off stage. And this is when you may no longer serve alcohol to customers. Then finally, we have close down after sales stop, and that's when we finish as strong as we started the shift. Next, let's recap how the flow of checking in will go. First, be sure you arrive on time. You will receive a written warning if you show up later than 30 minutes after the designated report time. Then you'll check in with your site lead at the expo gate, where you'll ask your site lead any questions you have, you'll take our on-site service quiz, and your site lead will review our break and meal policy with you. Then you'll deploy to your stand, set up the stand for sales at the direction of your stand lead. Then we'll have a pre-shift huddle about 20 minutes before gates start so everyone in the stand is aligned. And then we will chase and drive sales throughout the shift until close down. And be sure to ask any questions you have to site leadership before sales start. To very briefly review our pre-shift huddle, make sure that you are in your stand at least 20 minutes before gates start, because your stand lead will then give everybody a breakdown on expectations and responsibilities for the shift, and it's very important that our entire stand is aligned so that we can maximize sales and tips for everyone throughout the shift. It's also very important that before sales that we have both our staff and our stand operationally and optically ready for sales. It's very important our product displays are optically ready, that we're pre-stocking proactively, that we have speed lines set up to where cashiers can reduce their motion waste without a runner in case our runners are swamped during the shift. Our cashiers need to be perfectly uniformed in hats and zipped EATS2SEATS vests, and stand leads need to be helping push lines during busy times if our cashiers and runners are getting bogged down. To continue reviewing the event staff timeline, next let's look at during sales and how to operate during sales at Somerset. The most important aspect that will drive sales and tips for the night is the cashier-runner relationship. Pre-shift, one runner should be paired to every 2 cashiers within the stand, and one runner should be paired with every 1 production staffer that is involved with producing shaker cocktails or specialty cocktails at APV. During sales, runners and barbacks help with production and get drinks to a cashier as efficiently as possible, with runners specifically getting drinks from production to the front line so that cashiers can grab it easier and not have to walk all the way to the back of the stand to grab items. The overall goal here is to reduce cashier motion waste, because we need to reduce their motion waste because it will increase the overall amount of transactions during the shift, which in turn will maximize both sales and tip splits for all staff within the stand. For the rest of our stands and for hawkers, we will use a mobile point of sale system like you can see on the slide here. Your site lead will provide your username and PIN number for you to sign in. You must remember your PIN number if you're a hawker, because this is how we track your individual tips for payroll. When you're making a sale, select the picture of the product item you're selling, click checkout, turn the point of sale to the customer, they'll be asked to leave a tip, and then they'll make a payment. They can tap their credit card on the top of the point of sale or enter a credit card with the chip on the bottom of the point of sale. Remember, if you're having any issues logging in or completing transactions, if you're a hawker, immediately return to the vending hub where your site lead will assist you, or if you're in stand 1 or a beer portable, be sure to ask your stand lead and let's get that resolved ASAP. Next, let's review tips for you to drive more sales and to reap the benefits tip-wise for you and everyone in the stand. The first tip is to always utilize the EATS2SEATS service script to upsell and to maximize sales, saying cheers after every sale. Then remember the 10-5-3 rule, which when a customer is approaching the stand, when they're 10 feet away, you'll smile and make eye contact. 5 feet away, you'll just say hello. And then when they're 3 feet away, start the transaction, begin engaging with the customer, and ask if they have any questions about any of our products. Then, when the customer is ordering, be sure to try and upsell them utilizing our upselling techniques, including knowing the products and the prices in your bar, informing the guest of the higher price point items, and always offering add-ons like water, Red Bull, koozies, snacks, add-a-shots, or shaker cocktails. During downtime, you should be getting ready for the next rush, organizing, restocking, and cleaning. And overall, remember, a clean, organized, and merchandised bar is way more attractive to guests, which will make them way more likely to leave you a tip. Next, let's review our alcohol policies at Alpine Valley. The general alcohol laws go as follows. Law number 1, never serve more than 2 beers per customer. If they have one in their hand, you may only serve them 1 more. Law number 2, ID every customer. Law number 3, open every beer we serve, keep the caps, and throw them away at the end of the shift. Law number 4, never serve to a customer that already seems intoxicated. Remember, for all of these rules, you are empowered to say no, and always consult your supervisor before making this decision. Some shaker cup specific notes: similar to the 2 beer limit, never serve a customer more than 2 shakers at a time, and if they have one in their hand, you may only serve them 1 more. Also remember that for pour shows, which we will communicate beforehand, we may have to pour every drink into a 24-ounce cup or a 12-ounce cup, as seen here on the slide. Also remember, before coming on site, you must have completed your alcohol certification and uploaded it on the My Trainings tab of your EATS2SEATS staff app when you're done. Lastly, let's review our close down and checkout procedures. Remember, close down varies depending on how long the acts stay on stage. This is specific to concert events. You can see on the right here some examples of a properly cleaned stand, and our general staff close down responsibilities include restocking fridges, wiping down counters, throwing away trash, breaking down cardboard boxes, and in general, assisting the stand lead with any and all cleaning, and inventory requirements so that everyone in the stand can get out efficiently. For hawkers, you will simply head back to the vending hub when sales end, you will unload your tub, help the vending lead clean up the vending hub, and then you will count your product that's remaining, help your vending lead with inventory counts, and then you'll be dismissed. The overarching theme of Close Down at EATS2SEATS is to leave your stand the way you found it, unless you found it in a bad spot, and then we would leave it better than we found it. Remember, you may not check out until you have been dismissed by your stand lead, your vending lead, and your site lead. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Next, be sure to complete the Somerset 101 venue-specific training quiz on the My Trainings tab of your EATS2SEATS staff app. Then you'll be able to complete the alcohol training and sign up for shifts at Somerset. Please text your ROD or email any questions you have to support@EATS2SEATS.com and we will get back to you ASAP. Thank you, may God bless America, may God bless Somerset, and may God bless EATS2SEATS.